this video, I'm going to be showcasing 4 Infernoble combos that are absolutely crazy post-banlist, even though we do not have Isolde anymore. And of course, guys, thank everybody for joining the giveaway. The winner will be announced here, guys, and stay tuned for my next giveaway as well. And as always, guys, like, comment, subscribe. If you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, guys. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright, guys, so now we are getting into the combo tutorial. Now, these combos are pretty legit, I'm not gonna lie. This is going to be legal with or without the ban list, of course, because you're comboing without Isolde, and that's all the deck really lost. But anyways, guys, starting off with the video, it's going to be a 1-card combo. Now, again, like, comment, subscribe, but we'll get into the video right now. We will start off with Renaude. Renaude will go ahead and add us, but it's not going to add us the card that you think we're going to add. The reason for that is Connector isn't necessarily combo anymore. You do need additional extenders as well, like kind of like your level 1 tuners, things of that nature, whereas Battlin Boxer Uppercutter is technically combo because when he's normal summon, you can add a Battlin Boxer. This will go ahead and add us our Spar. Now, Spar is really good because he is not once per turn. His effect, you cannot conduct the battle phase for the rest of his turn, is pretty good as well, because like we can attack and then do him after, but whatever. So we'll go ahead and special out Spar. Spar, go ahead into Dempsey. Dempsey effect, of course, go ahead and add Renaude, and then we're going to use Dempsey effect to detach to make him protected. Then we can special summon out Renaude here. Renaude can go ahead and add us our Spar, and then special out the Spar here because we have a 4 and a 1. We can go into Angelica. Angelica's effect will resolve to go ahead and get Museum. Now, again, as long as we have Angelica, our combos are still legit no matter what. No matter what engine you guys play, you guys can do this. So we'll go into this. Angelica will go ahead and grab us any equip spell. So the reason why I added Joyous here specifically is you can add any equip spell. Joyous isn't necessarily the best in the deck, and because we don't have Isolde anymore, we can definitely trim the fat, you know, get it a little juicier type jit. But we can go ahead and go into this. Go ahead and Joyous equip. Angelica run away, dump Ogier, go into Renaude, Ogier equip, and then go ahead and use Ogier's effect to special summon out, or sorry, Museum special summon out the Ogier. Ogier's effect here will go ahead and dump Turpin. Then here we can go ahead and synchro into Emperor Charles, roll and equip onto Emperor Charles, and then link into Charles. Charles, go ahead and equip onto this guy. I just realized I ended up misclicking in the combo. You don't equip Roland, you end up equipping Emperor Charles. But listen, okay, I was on very limited sleep, and I was trying to get this video as fast as possible. But from here, we go ahead and reborn Turpin, and then go ahead and summon out SP Little Knight. And then again, during the end phase, you know how it works. We go ahead and equip the Joyas onto him. We go ahead and equip like a Malgus or something. So again, this is the first combo. Now again, of course, the combo is not going to be as strong as possible, but this is only 1-card combo. This is only the Battlin Boxer route. Now we'll get into the second combo. All right, guys, now we're getting into the second combo. Now this is going to be Wanted plus multiple cards in your hand plus the Durendal access, whatever, guys. Again, like, comment, subscribe. We're at like 70-50, so it'll be cool if we can get to 7100 by the end of the year. There's only a couple days left, but from here we can go ahead and activate our Wanted in the draw phase as always, because you don't want to lose a draw, right? This will go ahead and get our Diabellstar Sand effect gets Snake Eye. Go ahead and activate Durendal here. Durendal's effect will trigger to go ahead and get us our Sublimation Knight. Now again, Sublimation Knight gets a lot better post Isolde ban, because again, Connector isn't full combo, and Connector, there's something in my eye, sorry, and Connector isn't a Fire Warrior, so our extenders get a little worse. So Sublimation Knight is actually pretty legit, especially because of this specific interaction. You guys can see it's pretty nasty. So from here we go ahead and normal Sublimation Knight. His effect is when he's normal special summon, equip a Fire Warrior from him. So we go ahead and equip Turpin onto him. So now Turpin's effect makes him a tuner, so we got a level 3 tuner and a level 7 bad boy. We go ahead, go into the Baron de Fleur, use Turpin to equip, then Snake Eye away the Turpin to summon out Richard Dedo. Richard Dedo's effect will activate to go ahead and reborn. We'll go into an Angelica here. I don't know what that word was, but we go into Angelica here. Angelica's effect will go ahead and get our Noble Arms Museum, and then here we can go ahead and use Baron to target, because I believe it says when this card is targeted, blah blah whatever. Where is this card? When a card or effect is activated that targets this card in the field, or when this card's targeted for attack, you can send 1 Fire Warrior and run away, right? So you can use the Baron to target to run away. It's kind of similar to, I believe it's the Yazi interaction, where like you pop your own Yazi with Baron. So very similar. From here, so we go ahead and use Angelica, chain Angelica to go ahead and dump Gearfried, and then use her effect to run away, summon out the Roly Poly Oli. From here we activate Museum, go ahead and grab us our Almace. Then here we can equip Almace, use Turpin to special summon out. Turpin gets banished, we go into our Synchro Charles. Almace effect will go ahead and trigger to get our Gearfried to our hand. Use Roland to go ahead and equip, go into this guy over here, Emperor Charles. He will go ahead and equip, and then from here we can go ahead and summon out the Gearfried, and then we can go ahead and use the Wanted to go ahead and draw, and then again proceed to end phase. Man, there's still something in my eye. Go ahead and proceed to end phase, and then you guys already know the deal, right? Well, one thing to note about this combo in particular is, again, I don't believe I used Museum's second effect to go ahead and special summon out a monster. I don't think I did. So there is a world where if we do have an additional equip spell in our hand or whatever, or like a monster in the graveyard, we can actually go ahead and use Museum to special summon this card out, then equip, and then link that monster away as well into another Charles. So it's a pretty good end board. Of course, it's 1 negate, 2 negate, 3 negate, plus like multiple draws, things of that nature, guys. Especially going to the end phase, you still get an equip and whatever. But that's for the second combo, guys. Now let's get into the third combo. All right, guys, so now we are getting on to the third combo. Now again, this is looking a little more familiar, you feel me? It's going to be Ogier plus one of the extenders. Depending on the extender you have, you guys can go ahead and have like all sorts of multitude of plays. From here, we're gonna go ahead and start off with Ogier. Go Ogier, normal Ogier effect to go ahead and dump the Turpin, because again, Ogier and Turpin just a crazy interaction. From here, we can go ahead and use Turpin to equip, then we can fire off Heritage to go ahead and add us our Oliver. It can be Road, it can be whatever, it can be Museum. This is just like, again, like I said before, very quick combos. These are the combos that I know that you can bypass the soul completely. So we can go ahead and use Oliver effect to go ahead and send Turpin, summon out Oliver, and then from here again we have a 1 and a 4. So again, now this deck is kind of becoming just like Synchro 5 Turbo. So maybe if there are other 1-card combos that you guys think are pretty legit, we can absolutely play it that way as well. So from here we go and use Angelica's effect will go ahead and trigger to get us our Museum. From here we can go ahead and use Ogier and then use Angelica to banish. So I believe this is summon 4 if I'm not mistaken. Oliver, Turpin, yeah, whatever. So no, it's actually summon 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's some 4. So here summon Roland, go ahead and use Museum to equip the All Mace. Then we can go ahead and use Turpin to special summon up because we got the monsters. Then from here we can use All Mace, send away, get into the Durendal. Then from here we can go ahead and fire off the Durendal to go ahead and add us our Renaude. From here what we can do is we can go ahead and summon our monsters by synchroing away into our Emperor Charles. Again, Charles can be anywhere, it doesn't need to be in the next mon zone, of course, but from here we go ahead and equip, and then from here we send our monsters away, link them away into Emperor Charles, the greatest of all time. Charles's effect will go ahead and equip onto it. Then we can use Museum to go ahead and summon out Charles, special summon out the Renaude here. Renaude's effect will trigger to go ahead and add us our Immortal Phoenix Gearfried. From here we can do is we can go ahead and synchro our monsters away into our Baron de Fleur. So now again we got the negates on board. Then here we can summon out the Gearfried onto the board by banishing out the equip spell. And then we can use Oliver effect to equip because like Oliver on Baron's pretty nasty. Then of course during the end phase everything comes out. We can go ahead and use this, pop, shuffle back because we still have it. Now again, because we don't end on Angel Ring and because there are very like niche interactions where we can't end on Angel Ring, well, I didn't mean to hit the mic there, sorry, rest in peace headphone users, but basically because we can't end on Angel Ring, it does get a little different. But like I said, for the deck profiles will change depending on the way you kind of play it. But that's it for the third combo, guys. Now let's get on to the fourth combo. All right, guys, now we are getting on to the fourth and final combo. Now again, of course there are all sorts of other combos depending. These are just the 4 combos that stood out to me. Some of these combos you could do before the Isolde ban because you just skipped the Isolde ban. Some of the combos were forced to kind of change. From here we will go ahead and again, it's very similar. We start off with Ogier, but this time we will activate Heritage to go ahead and get us our Renaude. Of course, now I know you guys are gonna comment, oh my god, the Heritage could have added Durendal, blah, 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 but listen, I'm only doing it just to showcase you guys the 2 monster combo. If you guys want to see other combos, I can absolutely do it. Or if you guys have better combos, just let me know. But from here, we use Ogier. Ogier effect will go ahead and dump our Gearfried. Again, this is all standard stuff, right? Ogier, dump, Renaude, get back Gearfried, go into Angelica. Angelica effect, go ahead and add Museum. I was actually thinking that now that Isolde is banned, the high Lonzelin dude might not be that bad. Or maybe double Roland combos would be pretty legit as well, because Roland's kind of the way how we end up dumping Angelica. Alternatively, I think if you play the regular level 1 Roland, you also get a free equip spell, I think. So I mean, you know what I mean, there are things to definitely note depending on kind of the decks you play. But for here we will go ahead and use Ogier to equip, chain Angelica, go ahead and run away. This will dump our Oliver. Now Oliver is crucial here, so from here we can activate Museum, pay the 12, get All Mace, use All Mace effect to run away. And it's important to get All Mace engraved now, because now this is going to be our equip spell fodder for our Gearfried, because I believe this is pre-nib, so or sorry, this is playing around nib, not pre-nib. But from here we use Gearfried banish the All Mace. Now we use Oliver onto the Gearfried. Then we can use Durendal to go ahead and get our Turpin. Because we control a monster that's already equipped, we can special summon the Turpin from hand. Now again, something important to note, like I said before, guys, when Turpin summoned from the hand, he does not get banished, so this is pretty good here. We will use Roland to go ahead and equip, and then we can link our monster away into link 1 Charles. Then from here we can go ahead and use Charles to equip onto this guy, use Museum second effect to special summon out, use Turpin's effect to equip, and then from here we can go ahead and link away again into our Emperor Charles, the greatest of all time. And then from here we can go ahead and equip. And then again, proceed to the end phase, blah, blah, and do the whole thing where you pop, boom, boom, whatever, right? So, again, you guys can see that the end boards are very similar to kind of what the other end boards were. Yes, of course, I know we're not ending on Angel Ring. We're not ending on the hand rips, of course. That was the purpose of Konami, right? In order to kind of stop a deck, you definitely want to do that. Now, I don't know why Manidium didn't get hit, but I mean, whatever. But that's it for like my 4 combo, guys. Again, if you guys like the video, please go and leave a like on the video, and we'll get quickly into the deck profile. All right, guys, so now we are quickly going to get into the deck profile. Now, again, depending depending on kind of the way you want to play the deck list will change. And of course, guys, this is a very rough post-ban list edition of the deck. So again, people might figure it out, people might play a different variation. For me, I feel like this is kind of a way that works in theory. I can still get to my end boards pretty powerfully as well, guys. But again, starting off with the deck file, I think now Sublimation Knight is probably going to be one of the best normal summons. Again, Connector is also good, but because Connector is not a Fire Warrior monster, it does get a little weird. You can try and play some sort of 3-axis sort of turbo combo deck, but I feel like Sublimation Knight is just pretty good, pretty much like the best combo, because we do have the pretty nasty combo where like you can equip Turpin onto the monster. Being able to get free equip spells onto the board is also very important for cards like Oliver and Gearfried and things of that nature. And of course, because we play the one Squeak Knight as well. One thing really good about this is that if we go normal Sublimation Knight summon out Squeak Knight, and then summon out Squeak Knight, and we can go ahead and summon out Renaude or summon out a level 1 tuner. We can go ahead and use those monsters to link climb, synchro climb, things of that nature. So it does get a little better if you know what I mean. But again, it is just, again, like I said, for a super rough idea. Then of course we do play the one Bradamante. Now Bradamante is pretty good as well, because this card says this: you can discard this card, target one warrior monster you control, equip it with an equip spell from your deck that can equip it. So this is kind of how we get Angel Ring in rotation, depending on kind of the way you guys want to play it. I feel like this card's really good in that regard, and it's always treated as an Infernoble Knight card, so it's pretty good as well. Then of course it is a level 1 tuner, which is nice. Then we have the one Fire Absolute Lady, the one Red Layer. Now again, of course, the combos and things of that nature will change. Like I said before, guys, this is a super rough deck, and I will tell you what I would change. We play the Red Layers, play the Gearfrieds, play the one Renaude, one Maugus, the one Ogier, the one Oliver, the one Richardetto, and the one Turpin. Now moving on forward, if you guys wanted to change, you guys can absolutely play triple Ogier, and you guys can absolutely play triple Renaude, because now our decks kind of become that way, right? So what we would do is we would probably actually maybe even cut the Sublimation Knight altogether if you guys wanted to, and you could do this: cut the Sublimation Knight, put Squeaker in there, go ahead and put Ogier to 3, and then we can go ahead and put Renaude to 3 as well, because that's kind of like the best cards in our deck. That's what we want to start off with, because we're playing Angelica Turbo, right? Really and truly, that's kind of what the decks become. And there are very easy ways to fit on our hand traps when we go that route. So it's pretty nice, especially because like a lot of the lines end up summoning on Gearfried without Isolde, so it's pretty good as well. So again, we have the triple Renaude, triple Ogier, Oliver, whatever. Then we play the one Almace plus the triple Durendal. No need to play any more equips, because the reason why we played equips was because of Isolde, and now that Isolde is gone, you can definitely get away with it. You can play technically, I would say, no, I would just say just play triple Durendal, honestly, especially because against SP, like a free search of Red Layer is pretty good. If you wanted, you can definitely play the one Angelica to work with Bradamante, so it works pretty well in that regard. But again, moving on, guys, you play triple Heritage to search our triple Museum, because this card is absolutely crazy now. We definitely want to open it, so if that's another thing that you guys are thinking of, you can definitely add Terraforming into the deck as well. Just add it over here, because now we have more power spells to play. So again, we have the one Rhoda, the one 1-for-1, and the one Terraforming. Now again, the list definitely does change. Like having 1-for-1 is in another Richardetto, being able to like kind of go 1-for-1, pitch Ogier, some Richardetto Reborns. It's pretty good in that regard, you know what I mean? So you know, don't hate it until you try it type jit, but we will go ahead and there, and then Terraforming to go ahead and add us our monster, or sorry, our museum. Then we got the Debel Star of the Black Witch, followed by Triple Wanted and the one Snake Eye, because this engine is still absolutely broken in literally any deck that plays multiple Fire Warrior monsters, so it works very well in that regard, or level 1 Fire, sorry. Then of course the hand traps, you play Triple Imperm, Double Nib, Triple Ash, and Triple Veiler. Now again, these non-engine cards can definitely change into whatever you want. They can be Talons, they can be Called Bys, they can be Fenrirs, whatever you guys feel or, you know, assume is pretty good, so definitely look out for that. Then moving on to like additional options, like I said before, you can play Joys if you want like an additional target. It's just not as good anymore. Similar to Angel Ring and Bradamante. Genba is an idea as well, because you can go normal summon Sublimation Knight, equip Genba, Museum summon out Genba, and then Sublimation Knight and Genba go into Angelica. So it's pretty good in that regard. Just another thought, right? You can do Super Heavy Samurais. If you guys haven't seen my video, I made a video a long time ago about Super Heavy Samurais. It's pretty legit, I'm not gonna lie. And then of course the one Squeak Knight to fit in with the little cuties. But then moving on to the extra deck, guys, because of the way that the extra deck changed, we can play double Angelica, because we want to turbo into this card as much as possible. So having the second Angelica is pretty good. We have the one Baron, the one High Lonzelin, the one Roland, and the one Charles, following up with the one Battlin Boxer Dempsey with the one Sky Crisis. Now again, depending on the list you play, you probably don't even need to play Dempsey anymore, because it's kind of hard to get level 4s on board. So you can probably cut the Dempsey, and if you wanted to, you could play the second Roland. It's just hard to say. Like maybe do something like this. This is another card that I was talking about, like the other Roland. The reason for it is because he says blah blah, you can add one Fire Warrior monster except or one equip spell from your deck to hand. So during the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard, because it was sent there, and I'm not sure if this card can equip from hand, you can target one equip spell from your hand or graveyard to this card. So there is something there where you can go ahead and equip and then use his effect to pop the Roland, then use Roland's effect during the end phase to add the Angelica Ring, and then, you know what I mean? So there's something there. It's really close to being kind of legit. But yeah, anyways, moving on, we do play the double Roland, because you're now playing Synchro 5 Turbo. The one Charles, of course, the one Sky Crisis, Star Slayer, Doomstar, because this card's crazy. One Appaloosa, again, like I said before, because we don't have Isolde. Does Appaloosa fall out of favor? Who knows, right? There's all sorts of things you can play. Double SP, double this guy, one Link Spider, one Anma, and then if you guys were thinking about another card to play, you guys could play the second Charles for a grind game. In my opinion, I think that because everything's so niche, you can probably get away with playing like a Return or something now. I personally love this card. I think his artwork is so dope as well. You got like a punch off, but again, that's just my list. Like I said before, it's a very rough list. I'd like to have a back and forth with anybody who's kind of been testing this as well. Please leave it in the comment section down below, guys. Hit up my Discord, Facebook, things of that nature, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. I got more post-ban list content coming your way, guys. As always, my name is Hamza. Like I always say, keep on shining, never run your dreams. Peace.